Hello and welcome back to Rue's Slow Living. And I'm just on my way back from my friend's. I drove to hers, to Hattie's, and then we went back to hers. And I'm just on my way home and I thought, oh, I really should film because I totally forgot to film while we were there. So we've been to Nantwich, to the Artisan Market, and we also did a little bit of charity shopping as well. And I thought I'd show you what I got. So I bought this lovely sourdough mini baguette. Oh, it smells lovely. And all the stall holders, there were crafts and cards and so much. But all the food stalls were doing little samples, so we had little tasters, and then we bought. So I also got, this is the toffee sauce for these gorgeous, I can't remember what they're called, Punk's Puds. So this is bread and butter pudding, and the other one is a sticky toffee pudding. And that's the kind of caramelly sauce to go with the sticky toffee pudding. So I got those. There was a lady selling all sorts of sweeties, but she had Scottish tablet. And for those of you that don't know, I was born in Scotland and I lived there till I was 8. And she was doing little tasters, and it just took me back to my childhood. Proper Scottish tablet. So I bought a little packet of that. So I sampled the salted caramel, and that's the one that I bought as a little treat. I also got these gorgeous, I got 2 of these cheese scones. I got 2 of those. And then there was a pie stall. And the ones that I really liked the look of were beef, parsnip and horseradish. But he was the first stall we stopped at. And I thought, well, I won't buy now because we're going to walk all the way around. And I thought I'd be banging into people. And big mistake, should have bought them because when I went back, they'd all gone. They were obviously really popular. But I got 2 of these corned beef hash pies. And 2, what were the other ones? Minted lamb and vegetable. So, and everything I've bought, I did ask, is if freezable. The puddings are freezable, the pies are freezable, so I can pop them in the freezer and then we can enjoy those. So I got those, and then we did a bit of charity shop shopping, and I got this absolutely gorgeous upside down Marks and Spencer's, and it's the old original St Michael, for those of you old enough to remember St Michael in Marks and Spencer. So this is really proper vintage. It's in great condition. It's cotton, and it's just a gorgeous cardigan in this turquoisey colour. It doesn't have pockets, but it's lovely. The buttons are quite plain, so I'll probably switch those out for maybe some little wooden buttons or some painted wooden buttons. So I got that. And I got this cute little skirt. Now, I had made a pact with myself that I was only going to buy natural fibres going forward. But, when you're charity shop shopping and you see something that's pretty, I'm afraid I've given in a little. Because when I've enjoyed them, I have a rule now with myself that it's 1 in, 1 out. So I will go through my wardrobe and switch something out and donate it to charity. So you know what? It is what it is. So I got this really cute, originally from Miss Avant Premiere, does that say? Don't know, never heard of it. But it's this really cute, floaty little skirt with this lovely pattern, and it's lined. I thought that'd be really lovely for the summer, but also layer it up with leggings and things and a chunky jumper in the winter. And I also got this gorgeous, the label's been cut out of this one, but it's just a long, floaty, no pockets, unfortunately. I do love pockets in a dress. Maxi dress in this lovely kind of sage green floral print. And it's rare for me to get a maxi dress that really is maxi on me because I'm quite tall, and this one comes right down to my ankles, so that's gorgeous. And again, be lovely in the summer. It's got little sleeves, which I like. Ladies of a certain age, we like to cover our bingo wings. And again, that would be beautiful in the summer, but also, with a cardigan or layered up. I could wear that even with some my brown suede boots that I've been wearing for years. I got them in a charity shop some years ago now. I did show them in one of my videos, but yeah, you could dress that up in the winter months, layer it up as well. So I've had an absolutely lovely time. I love spending time with Hattie. She's recently got a puppy, so we're going to do some puppy play dates, get her little puppy, Elvis. He's a border collie, he's adorable, together with Pippa. And there is actually not far from here one of those secure dog parks, so we're going to take them there for some rough and tumble. And we also stopped at a gorgeous little cafe and we sat outside and had a coffee, and I had a hot cross bun and Hattie had a chocolate brownie, and it was just lovely, and we just chatted and walked, and it's been glorious. So I'm about to head home and have some lunch. Hello and welcome back to my shed. And I get so many compliments on this little yellow shed, and I absolutely love it. It's such a lovely space to be in. It's quite early. I'm still hugging my coffee. It's 8:26 and it's Saturday, and we're just coming to the end of March, and it's high time that I got on with sewing. So I have got a few bits and bobs in the polytunnel, and I'll show those to you. I may have shown them in a previous video, but I'm going to get my seeds out, have a good old sort out, and really crack on now with sewing and growing. And I will have a wee chat with you while we're doing that, because I plan to spend a good chunk of the day today here on the plot. So here in the polytunnel, it's 12.6 degrees, but it's only 9.7 outside, and it's been quite a chilly night. Another advantage of having the polytunnel when you're itching to get on with things in the morning, because I can come in here and not be as chilly as if I were outside. So I showed you in a previous video this rosemary. So I've taken multiple cuttings. I have been changing the water, and you can just see, I hope you can just see, let's bring you right up to the camera. We've got some roots coming. And this is really special rosemary, because I have mentioned, so we've got 3 things in here now that are going to be for one of my sisters who's getting married in the summer, and this is going to be for decoration foliage that we're going to be using for decor. I have also started some pink straw flowers, and I thought I'd kept the packet, but I haven't. I don't think I've written the actual type on there, but anywho, and we've got a little bit of germination on those, so I will get you up a little bit closer. I'm running out of space here because I need to have a bit of a tidy up. So yeah, there you go, I'll bring them up. So we've got a little bit of germination on those straw flowers. These are the geranium cuttings, and they're looking really healthy. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 new plants there, and actually I'm contemplating taking a few more because I want to take some for my mum. She had a hip replacement last year, but she was in a lot of pain before that, and as a consequence she loves her garden and it's always beautiful, but as a consequence she's not been able to do the things that she normally does, and she hadn't brought any of her geraniums in, so of course she's lost them. So I'm going to try and take some more cuttings and put together a basket full of cuttings for her, so she's got some geraniums this year. And then I can't even remember what's in here. Terrible. I'm sure I put labels on them. Just bear with me. I know I put labels on these. So I think they're sweet peas and petunias. So this is the sweet peas in here. That's just a weed, but no germination yet. And I'm wondering if I started these just a little bit too soon, and if the colder weather has kind of got to them despite them being in here. I'm sure somewhere, oh shoot, I nearly swore then, I put a marker. Aha, here it is. So in here we've got a mix of petunias, which I think I showed you in a previous video. We've got a lot of little weed seeds, but I don't think any of those are petunias. So let's pop this label back in. The problem with these is you can't put the label up because then the lid won't go on, and that's why it's plopped down. And then I'm 99.9% sure that these are, bear with, sweet peas. So these are a mix of sweet peas, and again, I don't see any germination on those yet. There's no point me showing you just a load of empty cells. So let's see. I would have expected some germination on these by now, but you know, we'll see what happens. So that's those. What else is going on in here? So the freesias, that one is probably the best one to show you. I'm sure there were some spikes on some of the others. Yeah, so the freesias, which again are for my sister's wedding. I don't know if you can see that. There's one little spike. I don't even know if you can see it. I'll hold it up. I'll see what it looks like when I edit. But there is a little spike in there. And there's a few of those popping up now. Hurrah! So the straw flowers and the rosemary and the freesias are all for my sister's wedding. And then just out of shot here, I'm going to turn you around a little bit without knocking you over. These little pansies in this basket are coming. We've got these beautiful purple ones, and now there's some of these lovely delicate little pale yellow ones coming as well. So that's just delightful. Let's turn you back round. What else have we got going on in here? Letting my coffee get cold. I've nearly drunk it all, but let me slurp some more. Is anybody else like me that actually doesn't mind cold coffee? Am I strange, or are there others of you out there? I've got some potatoes here. They are not they're not seed potatoes. They're just potatoes that sprouted. So I might as well pop them in. And I've got a plan. You may remember way back I showed you some really enormous tubs. I will show you one of them. I've got 3. And I'm going to do potatoes in one of them this year, and probably carrots in another. The other one at the moment is in the woodshed, being used for kindling and small logs. So out of the 3, I've got 2 I can use for planting at the moment. These are some of the spring bulbs that I normally, oh, I just nearly put that in my mouth, have in the house. They didn't do that well this year. And I don't know why. So what I think I'm going to do, so these were hyacinths, and it came, but I didn't have that beautiful, you know, display throughout the house. So I've been picking daffodils and popping those in vases. But what I'm going to do is all of these bulbs, I will find somewhere outside for them, and then I'll start again with fresh new bulbs next spring. So I just need, these are ones I'd already taken out, and those obviously all need to come out. In here I've got some sage. I'll get you a little bit closer to that, which my good friend, who's actually Chris's auntie, but we get on really well, Maggie, she's in Birmingham, and she's a wonderful garden. She's got a beautiful garden, and she writes as well. Oh, she's just lovely, and I must go and visit her soon. We try and get together as often as we can. So I've got some sage here that she actually gave to me. One of them's not doing so well, but 2, 3 are. We've got a lovely weed in there. I think that's a daisy. Let's pull that out. Oh, that looks like a daisy. I'll just pop it in there. And then I've been pulling up and using these Chioggia beetroot. Oh, I'm going to pull one up now because I'll probably have it for lunch. So they've been in a bit long. And I'm going to be honest with you, they didn't get enough water through the winter. But so we've got a lot of foliage and some okay-ish beets. But I've been using them chopped up and popping them into things when I'm cooking. And of course you can use some of the foliage as well. So that's those. And then I've still got some chard and this awesome curly kale and a little bit of chard there. So let's show you those and then we'll have a look outside and then we're going to start looking at seeds. So this is the sage. You can see this one's not looking great, but it may come. That one's okay, and these are okay. I'd left them in the pots for too long. The beetroot are starting to bolt. Last pickings now from this peppermint chard, and then I probably will pull the plant up, although I might actually let it go to seed and save some of those seeds. That would be quite a good idea. And there's some Lucullis chard at the back there, which has seen better days. And again, the kale is also starting to bolt, but there's still a lot of pickings on that. So that's what's going on in here at the moment. There's a little bit of chard in there as well. So not too bad considering I haven't given it a really good clear out. And what I do need to do, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but I haven't cleaned it inside or out. So that's something I need to do. And for the polytunnel, I use this Algon and my trusty Spear and Jackson sprayer. And I've got plenty of that left. It's super stuff, it's organic and it's safe. It's non-toxic, it's safe for pets, it's safe for fish and ponds, it's safe for wildlife, it's safe for humans, really good stuff. And if you haven't used it before, if you haven't seen me in previous videos, you literally just spray it on, leave it, and it does its thing. But you do need to do it, I mean, not so much the inside, but the outside, you need it to not rain for a couple of days. So that's on my to-do list. And when I make the Algon up and do the polytunnel, I also do the outside of the caravan and the horse trailer as well, because it gets all the algae and the gubbins off that as well. So the daffodils that I popped in these tubs are looking absolutely gorgeous, really putting on a show. This is where I had my little water feature. There's the pebbles, and I will show you, in fact I'll get it now, bear with me. So this is the little container that I used. Oh, hello, echo. But as you can see, it's rusting out. It was fabulous. I can't remember if I had it 2 or 3 years ago, and it was so pretty. I had a little fountain in it, I had the pebbles, I had some plants, and it was starting to attract wildlife, but unfortunately it went really horrible. So I can either line this or look for another solution. And the rest of the plot, so I need to weed this bed out, and I'll probably pull up, I'll leave some of this chard in, and I have been getting some little cuttings from this, I think it was scarlet kale. Pathways I've mentioned to you previously, I'm just going to let them grow and then mow or trim them. The flower bed, I can see there's some sweet williams coming through, there's some other bits and pieces. The clematis is doing really well, so I've got some plans for this, which I won't bore you with now, but watch this space and you'll see. So yeah, going to continue in this bed with flowers, but I've got some ideas. Get this one weeded out. I've really made progress weeding these two. This one's left to do. And then over here, I'm not sure, I had some Welsh onions here, and all I can see at the moment is the tag, and I don't think that they've survived. But I'll leave the little label in just in case. This is where the raspberries are, which I have been keeping covered to keep the pigeons off them, but it's a whole lot of faff. I've just uncovered them and they can take their chances. This is the bed that I've had strawberries in over the last few years, and I'm not even sure if there are any. Oh, I think I might be able to see a few, but I may have lost them. I may have just let them be engulfed. So I'll be growing something pretty up here. We've got the raspberries, and in this bed I thought, if there are strawberries, great, I'll let them come. We're going to get it weeded out. And then, so this bed and the bed nearest you, that are kind of twins, I thought I'd do more flowers in here. I'm going to be honest, I always said I wouldn't let the plot get too big. I started with these 3 beds, and I started with the polytunnel and 1 bed, and then I kind of kept going. Now I've got 4 vegetable beds. This was a fruit bed and a flower bed. And along with the farm, it was getting too much. So I figured if I go flowers here, just leave the raspberries to do their thing, flowers there, 3 vegetable beds, the polytunnel, pots and tubs. That is more than enough for me. I think I might have been standing where you can't see me properly because of the obelisk. So that's what my plans are. Let's start looking at seeds. So already mentioned I've got some potatoes that are looking great, ready to go in. And I haven't gone through this tin yet. It's the one I tend to put my to be sown seeds in, so it'll have whatever my last batch of sowings were. It's absolutely stuffed. There's oxide daisies. There's all sorts in here. Mustard, spinach, parsnip. So a lot of the things that I would have last sown, and then whatever I found lying around that have just been rammed in. So I will go through that as well, because I do like to put the seeds I'm going to sow into that. So I've got some flowers here. We've got some lupins, beautiful calendula, you know how much I love it, and also this gorgeous paler, almost white calendula. We've got these, I did them last year in the hanging baskets. It's a mix, and I've got a few of those for baskets and borders, and more calendula. So I've got lots more, but those are the ones I've got to start with. And then let's poop this in. Poop? I don't think so. Pop! Let's pop them down here in no particular order. Now, massive thank you. I'm afraid that part of my chronic migraine symptoms are that cognitively I can sometimes be impaired and my memory can be affected. So massive apologies if I miss you out. But I've had a lot of seeds gifted to me. So AD, thank you very much. There's some seeds in here from you. Bless you. You gave me some Greek gigantes, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Chirain. I said that twice. Chirain. I'm going to stop. I'm so sorry. I was trying to pronounce it differently each time, but clearly I'm not capable. But you've also sent me some Greek gigantes, so I've no excuse this year for not, having masses of Greek gigantes. Jane, Danny, oh goodness, Jazz. I'm so sorry if I've missed anybody else out, but thank you to anybody who has sent me seeds over the last few years. I'm so grateful. Getting those parcels in the post means so much to me. And for the Greek gigantes, it was just such a kind gesture, because my last year's ones didn't do very well. They're quite hard to get hold of, which is why I'm so grateful for you being so generous and sending them to me, because my last year's ones didn't do very well, and I didn't have enough to save seeds, so that would have been the end of Greek Gigante growing for me. So thank you so much, because I love them. They're my favourite bean. If you haven't grown them and you can get hold of some, if I can get enough together, I will gift some next, at the end of this season. I'm probably tempting fate now. Anywho, so I'll go through what I've got, and thank you, genuinely thank you to those of you that have gifted me seeds. I've got ambassador peas, we've got some oregano, lots of different tomato varieties, These are more Greek gigantes. I think these were from Jazz. My goodness me. Perhaps I'll put some together, actually. Does anybody want some Greek gigantes? Drop me a comment below, and I will put some together, because I've been gifted so many. So please let me know if you want some Greek gigantes. Obviously, I can't send them to loads and loads of you, but if there's a few of you that would like some, if I get lots of interest, either put a comment below or contact me. My email is in my bio, and I think it's also in the link to this video. If I get loads, I will put names in a hat and maybe take out 4 or 5. But yeah, I'd like to share, because people have been so generous with me. We've got some Scarlet Nance carrots. I've got some mixed chili peppers. I've just dropped one on the floor. Some Elsa Craig tomatoes. Oh, can I stretch that far? Way, my swimming and my PT are clearly paying off, because I'm a bit more flexible than I once was. More tomatoes. These are a beef tomato, the Mortgage Lifter. Yeah, I used to call them Mortgage Lifter, but that's not the name at all. Oh my goodness. A few more gigantes. I think they were from Jane. Lamb's lettuce. Some tender and true parsnips. Now, they're already open. We all know how temperamental parsnips can be, but hey, I'll give them a go. They're the only things that I will probably buy if these don't germinate. I will buy some parsnips. I've got some leek. Some bijou. These are from Adi. Thank you, Adi, for putting your name on the label, so I can't forget. These are Mange 2. Bijou Mange 2. Good old favourite mix of beetroot. Looks like there's some chioggia in there, some of the golden ones. I don't think it tells you what ones they are. But yeah, a selection of beetroot, and I love the chioggias, as you all know. I've got courgette, I've got kale, I've got cucumber, which are the Market More. We've got spinach. We've got, oh, these are the, blah, blah, blah. Why don't I just read the label? Garlic chives. Parsley, more carrots. These are the Royal Chantenay. Royal Chantenay. I think they're little dwarf ones. I think there's some more flowers in here. Oh, I can never say the real name of straw flower properly. Anybody want to tell me how to pronounce it? Helichrysum? Tell me if I'm right or wrong. But anyway, that's the selection. I love straw flowers. They're just so lovely for cutting and keeping. We've got some more pea onward. Some petit pois. Calibra. Some yellow courgettes. Some borlotti beans. Some more parsley. I've got some coriander. Some good old moneymaker tomatoes. They're kind of, I'm going to say fail safe, but I'll probably mess them up now. Mustard red frills. Some classic Italian basil. Some thyme. Some dill. Some Jack B little pumpkins. Not sure I'm growing those this year. I did my experiment in the hanging baskets last year, and it was relatively successful. Yukiki kiri, my most favourite squash in the entire universe. These, I'm not sure what they are. Oh, perpetual spinach. Love the stuff. That looks like some rocket. Some Mizuna. Scarlet kale. And those cabbage that I was just looking at earlier, I like the look of those, so I'm going to give those a whirl. And there was, I'm not sure what I've done with it, a little packet of, teeny tiny packet, which I'm sure was also a gift. And I don't know where I've put it. Well, apologies, I've dropped it. Anyway, it may pop up. I can't remember what they were, but they were flowers. So I've got a lot to be going on with. So I'm not going to bore you with sowing every single one of these seeds and filming it, because I think you know how to sow seeds. But I will probably film some of it and add it into next week's footage. I do need to get, whoa, I've only got this much, which is kind of half a bag of compost left. And I've got some vermiculite, but again, I need some more. I've just spotted what I was looking for earlier, which is the straw flowers that I'm growing for my sister's wedding. So again, can't pronounce it. I'm going to try helichrysum. But these are the silvery rose, and they're a beautiful pale pink. So that's pretty much what's been going on in my life this week. Do let me know in the comments below what you've been up to. Is there anything? Oh, I think I swallowed a fly. Is there anything that you would like me to show you? Anything on the farm, or just anything at all? Any requests? Let me know in the comments below. And do, as I said last week, or maybe it was this week, because I sometimes have a few in the bank, I forget what I've said on each video. But let's communicate with each other. Let's, you know, read through the comments and interact with each other, because that's what it's all about, you know. For me, it's not about making money. It's not about having the most subscribers and hitting all these milestones. It's not about having a video go viral. It's about this little community that we've created, this little space where I love to share with you what I'm getting up to. I know there's an element of luck involved with me being here on the farm and being able to have all the things that I have. It's a huge amount of hard work and determination that have got me here, but I know that not everybody is as fortunate or has had the opportunities that I've had to be able to be here. I hope that doesn't sound patronising. But I want to share it with you, and I love that you share it with me, and I think we can learn so much from each other. So I'm going to stop getting sentimental, and I'm going to start sowing some seeds. So thank you as ever so much for watching. Take good care, and I'll see you next week.